What we're going to talk about now is the proper way to tie your horse. It's very important that when you tie your horse up, you tie him in a way that if something were to happen, you can get him loose. Many times I've seen where a horse gets entangled somehow, or he falls and they can't get the knot untied. And I've had occasion once where I had an accident with the horse trailer, and the horse was in the trailer, but thankfully I had a good knot, pulled that horse loose. We've had horses pull back and get their leg over the rope and get entangled. You can't imagine the trouble they can get themselves in when they're tied. So to start out with, we take our horseman's rope like this and we tie to a hitching rail. We've got rings that are mounted to the walls that we tie to. What you don't want to do, you never want to tie to a wire fence. You don't want to tie to a board fence to the board. You always go up to, like if you tie to a board fence, go up and wrap your rope around a post. You don't want to tie him to a wire fence, because if he falls, he's going to get his foot caught in the wire. Okay? And I don't want to tie him to a pole where my rope slides down the pole like this. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my rope like this, okay? And I'm going to double it, just like that. Okay? I'm going to come around like this. I'm going to bring my tail over like this and underneath like this. Okay. And I'm going to have enough slack in my rope, about like that, about an arm's length, okay? This might be even a smidgen long, okay? But I want it to where if he got down, he'll be able to get back up. I don't want to tie him that far to the hitching rail, but I don't want that much rope either, okay? And then I'm going to take my tail and I'm going to bring it through that loop where he can't get that rope and untie himself, okay? Now with this knot here, I'm able to go like this and pull my rope loose just like that. It's a very good knot to tie on your horse trailer. If your horse gets down in the horse trailer, you can reach right up in there and grab the tail of that rope and get him loose. So we're going to come like this, okay, like that. We're going to come over top, back underneath, and then we're going to pull the tail like this, okay? And then what you can do is take your rope like this, come through, and you can even butterfly it. Just like that. It's kind of like tying a boat up to a boat dock, okay? So when I tie my boat up, I'm going to come like this and release my rope. So now if we go through a ring on the wall, I'm going to double my rope like this, go through the ring, come around, and do the same procedure. Just like that. Okay? Just like that. Then I'm going to tie him to a ring about a little over head high and have enough slack in the rope, just about like that. And then when I want to untie him, I come like this and everything comes apart. Now there's different variations of knots. We can tie just a regular slip knot where I come over like this. I tied this knot for 30 years like this, okay? And then I go like this. But when I do that, see, I still have my rope behind the hitching rail. And that slip knot, if you're not careful, if they pull too hard, it'll pull so tight you can't get it loose. The first knot I showed you, I've yet to have one I can't pull loose. And in certain situations, that's very important to be able to get that horse loose. But when you're trailering, that's the best thing to do, is use that knot on the trailer, and be sure that you always put your tail through the loop to where you can keep it to where he doesn't untie himself.